What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD Mobile video. So a few days ago, I did make a video kind of like addressing Jokesta's issue about, not being a partner and all that stuff. And basically kind of giving him some words of encouragement to, maybe change it up, be an informative channel or, just don't take the game too seriously as you once did before, given how toxic ranked is at this point in time, which is something that I'm pretty sure most of you would agree with. But it dawned on me because, I started to kind of reflect on how us as a player base kind of look at this game. Because since the game has released, I feel like we've been kind of approaching the way that we play this game the wrong way. Video games are usually just meant to be pretty entertaining, something to, just take the stress out, something for you to enjoy. Of course, with every multiplayer game, there's always a ranked mode. Mario Kart has, the online thing where you have like this VR, like that's basically the points that you get. The more races you win. In Call of Duty, like just the main CODs, you have, of course, the ranked modes in Apex Legends. I'm assuming you have like ranked modes in BR, just all this type of stuff. Every multiplayer game has some sort of competitive aspect to it, which is fine. There's always going to be a group of players that want to take a game more seriously, that want to actually, take the time out of their day to become good at. However, there's something that I think us as a COD mobile player base kind of need to realize. Ranked mode is usually supposed to be an optional thing. When you think of like the normal CODs, right? They of course have their own ranked modes. You go all the way up to iridescent or the top 250. And yeah, that mode is usually just an optional thing where players could, just test their skills and of course try to get the best rewards possible by being, much better players. But I would like to believe that that's just like a small fraction of the player base because I would say most people that are playing multiplayer are just playing the normal multiplayer. They're not really playing the ranked mode. They don't care about the ranked mode. They don't really care about taking their skills to an extreme level. But this is a mistake that we seem to do here in COD Mobile. We seem to make it seem like ranked is the only good option, or it's really the only way to enjoy playing COD Mobile. You see all the time with COD Mobile YouTubers, most of them just play ranked. That's basically most of their videos. Of course, there are some like Squally that, have a more informative approach, myself included. But I would say the majority of YouTubers in COD Mobile that I've seen, at least, have just been mainly focusing their videos on ranked. With the normal CODs, it's a little bit more diverse. You have those YouTubers that make those high kill gameplays, whether it be Warzone or just regular multiplayer. But you also have the informative channels like Exclusive Ace or Prestigious Key. You have like a lot of different YouTubers that take different approaches with Call of Duty. But again, here with COD Mobile, it's just the majority of the YouTube channels that I have at least seen have just been them playing ranked. And, knowing how things are now with the ranked mode where everything's just toxic, people are just spamming the USS 9 left to right. And, it's obvious that a lot of YouTubers, especially Jokesta and maybe even Noah, are becoming a little bit burnt out. It kind of made me wonder whether or not, taking this type of approach where ranked is just like the end all be all is actually a good idea or not. I mean, even in my channel, sometimes there's just plenty of comments on a random video, or even during my live stream, there's some chat saying like, "Oh, why don't you play ranked? Like, why are you not playing ranked right now? Why are you just going against bots, or why are you just playing casual mode?" It's like the entire player base cannot seem to fathom that not everyone wants to base their entire gameplay experience in COD Mobile just out of like just with ranked alone. Some people just want to have fun. They want to play with their friends. They don't want to be challenged every single day. I mean, me personally, I don't mind a little bit of challenge, but when it's just constant, you're just stressing yourself out and you're just doing it for an extended period of time, which let's be honest, most of the player base has done because I've seen like their stats, they have like 40 legendaries done, they've been suffering for a long time. And even once they reach legendary, they really don't stop. They continue to keep playing legendary ranked without giving themselves any adequate breaks. Maybe, play a team deathmatch casual just to relax yourself, just to let off some steam, maybe talk to your friends, bond with them. It's like, I don't really see that happening right now. It's really sad if you think about it, because with COD Mobile, we're the only COD game currently that's active that allows us to play multiplayer casually without the burden of dealing with skill-based matchmaking, which that's something that Black Ops 6 currently has a huge issue with. I mean, even if you're playing ranked or not, if you're just playing a casual game of TDM, it's not exactly casual because the skill-based matchmaking is just completely messing with you. Here in just casual multiplayer, you don't really have to deal with skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, sometimes you'll deal with a very good player, but it's never to the point where it just feels unbearable like it would in Rent. So at least in my opinion, it kind of feels like we kind of underappreciate the fact that we do have a casual multiplayer in this game. Because again, COD Mobile is the only one that currently has it right now that's active, or at the very least current. And the devs of COD Mobile, at least when it comes to ranked, haven't really done enough to fix any of the issues. No, like we were supposed to get a weapons restrictions. We were supposed to get like this overhaul or something like that, but we never did. And for a long time, the USS 9, along with other metas in the past, like I mean, even the CBR, that stuff, that shit was like meta for like 2 years. It's like the devs don't really seem to care too much about balancing weapons that are a little too overwhelming. And if they're not really willing to change these things, or at least, if they're kind of just taking their sweet time doing so, I mean, what's the reason why we need to continue to torture ourselves playing ranked? Like, why do we need to still keep doing that to ourselves? And look, I'm not talking about the players that are ultra competitive that just play ranked for a living. I'm talking about just like the normal everyday player, because that's also part of the player base that's just stuck playing ranked all the time because they feel like they need to. Again, I'm not talking about competitive players. I mean, they kind of have to do this. I mean, that's their job. But I'm just talking about, again, just normal ones, normal players. It's like you see how much stress it's causing you, and like you just continue to do it. I mean, I don't know. Like for me, that's the reason why I don't play ranked because I know I'll be just stressing out. I mean, I know I'm perfectly capable of reaching legendary. Obviously, I am. I've done it 4 times. It's possible for me to do it, and I almost did a few seasons back where I was like Grandmaster 4, but I just didn't feel like pushing anymore because I just didn't really see the point. Every time I do get close to reaching legendary or I'm about to reach legendary, I'm always met with the same type of feeling. It's just like I'm at Grandmaster 5, Grandmaster 4, and I'm just begging for it to all be over. I treat ranked more like it's like some sort of really long essay that I have to do, right? Like, if any of you guys are in college and your professor makes you write like a 10-page essay, like you don't want to do it, but you're kind of forcing yourself to do it. But we still do it at the end of the day. But I don't really think that's like a healthy mentality to have going into a game like this, I don't think, like, I know this is going to sound very controversial, but I don't really think that ranked was supposed to be played at this rate or like at least this much, especially for just an individual player. Again, it's supposed to be an optional thing. I mean, if anything, it feels more like a milestone to get to legendary, especially knowing that there's a legendary skin reward that you usually get after like 6 ranked seasons. So it kind of feels like more of like a homework assignment type of thing rather than something that we actually want to like do, Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Another thing worth mentioning is just the fact that a lot of players who refuse to play ranked are kind of looked down upon. It's like they try to make you feel inferior, basically saying like, "Oh, you don't want to do ranked because you're just trash at the game or something like that, or you're afraid of losing." It's like I'm not afraid of losing. I'm just tired of being pissed off, or like just being annoyed. Plenty of players that go into my channel have given me that insult that like it's just like, "Oh, you're not good enough." It's like, dude, the proof is in the pudding. I have like 4 fucking legendaries. Like I've done it before. In fact, in the worst metas, I did during the CBR. I also did it during the double Fennec meta. I've been around the block a little bit, but I mean, at this point, opinions have seemed to shift where a lot of people are starting to like not really blame you for not playing ranked because they're starting to understand how annoying it is. We got the USS 9, we got hackers, we got boosters. I mean, I deal with hackers too. I mean, Plastic Foods is always, like nailing me across the map in like 2 shots on the legs, but somehow getting a headshot. Like I deal with hackers too. Come on, guys. All jokes aside, again, like I said, opinions of ranked are starting to shift where it's like no one really wants to play it. They're just kind of just tolerating it. I mean, it affected Jokesta so much so that he just stopped uploading as much. And because of that, it resulted in him losing his partnership with COD Mobile. And even then, like, I really don't blame him for stopping. I mean, I wouldn't blame Noah or iFerg if he stopped playing ranked for just maybe a month or so. Like, everyone needs a break from, like, everyone just simply needs a break every now and then. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I know this is going to sound like a very dumb take, but if I was a developer and I was kind of understanding the players like just pain and all that stuff, I would probably do this thing where like I think at the very start of a new year, I would just like shut down ranked at least for a set of 2 seasons. So just everyone could just like just relax and just decompress, just relax themselves, play something more fun, kind of like reset their minds. It would be some like eye of the hurricane type of thing that I would do where it's like, yeah, you've been dealing with a lot of shit, so here's the eye of the storm where it's just all calm for a time and then after some time passes, the madness begins again. That's what I would do. I would just have a grace period for everyone just to relax. And I think like us as players dealing with metas for such a long time, whether it be Persistence, MX9, USS9, Tundra, after everything that we've been through, like I think we kind of owe it to ourselves to just at least relax every now and then. And when I say relax, I don't actually mean just stop playing ranked altogether, but just, like if you reach legendary, and I know you probably struggled to get to that point, take a few days off, I mean, even if you don't stop playing the game, I mean, play something else, play kill confirm, play some free for all, kind of brush up on your skills, but without having to get yourself pissed off. I had a talk with a friend a few days ago, and I was just talking about some personal issues that I had, right? And at the end of that rant, I told him that, like, I don't really like thinking about this stuff, it pisses me off whenever I do. And he just gave me like the most simple solution. Just don't think about it. And, at first, like when you first hear that, you think that's like such a stupid answer. Like, it's like really just an easy answer. It's too easy. But sometimes the most simplest solutions may be the best solution. If you don't like ranked, don't play it, right? And I don't think we're going to really look at you any less. I mean, there's going to be players out there that will say, like, oh, you're a pussy or something, but like, just ignore them. Who cares what they think? You already went through the ringer. I mean, you don't have to prove yourself anymore? And I feel like us as a player base kind of have to adopt a mentality like that so we don't have to over prioritize ranked above everything else. And I know there are going to be some counter arguments about people saying, like, I don't want to play casual modes because all there is just bots. I mean, you would have been right maybe 5 years ago, but the player base has grown significantly. Even for controllers, every lobby I get into, I'm facing at least 2 or 3 people every time. And sometimes maybe I'll face a full team. But the thing is that it doesn't get too stressful? It does stay a little challenging, but it doesn't get so stressful to the point where I just want to slam my iPad across the wall. If you guys have been around my channel for a long time, you guys would know that, like, the earlier streams that I've done years ago, I was a lot less patient. I was a lot more, I guess, it was easy for me to like rage. You'd hear me slam my desk. I would actually slam my controller. I've been like that before. But I don't really do that now. Like, yes, sometimes I get a little pissed off, but it's like, it's never to the same degree that it was before because I kind of understand at this point, it's like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Yes, you're going to be pissed off that you lost that match. Maybe Mr. Juan Pablo PR maybe killed you too many times with his diamond SVD. But hey, at the end of the day, you're going to forget that even happened. You're just simply going to move on with your life because I mean, you didn't really lose anything. You still got some XP. You still got some battle pass points. You got maybe more kills to count towards your gun. You maybe got an extra camo that game. At the end of it all, like it doesn't matter, just enjoy the game for what it is. You don't have to be a very competitive player to make something of yourself. Just enjoy the game. No one's going to think any less of you. And if they do, fuck them. Who cares what they think? This also goes for Ferg, Aerith, and everyone that plays ranked, like just on a daily basis. You guys have thousands upon thousands of videos, streams proving that you are a good player. I mean, I don't think your player base is gonna think any less of you if you just decide to take a break from ranked, even if it's for like a day. I mean, look at Ferg. This guy made it to like the top multiple times at the very beginning of this game. He struggled against hackers. He couldn't make it to the top because of them. But I mean, he's made so much progress over this game. I mean, he's already at 4 million subscribers with COD Mobile alone. I mean, this guy, I mean, sometimes you owe it to yourself to just relax. You don't have to, like just prove yourself over and over again when you have, even in the worst of times. But yeah, anyways, take what you will with these words. I mean, it probably won't matter, but it's something to think about. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.